So today I'm going to be doing a whole studio tour with a little bit of a twist. Many of you know that I quite often go to Maidenhead Aquatic store where Matt, the manager, and I have become quite good friends over the last year and a half, but he has never been to this studio. So I gave him a message last week. I was like, hey, do you fancy coming and having a look? And afterwards go out and get a beer or something as well. And he was like, absolutely. So let's go pick him up. So it's Matt's day off, but being the amazing manager he is, he's come in and I have to collect him from here for some reason. I don't know. He's probably checking up on everyone. Matthew. I've come to collect a Matthew. Look at him working. Look at him.
I just saw you coming and I thought I better look like I was doing something. Yeah, these guys are doing all the work.
Clearly. There's not a single bead of sweat, that's how I know. Because normally you're just off your feet. But you ready?
I'm ready.
You sure? Should we just look around? Are you guys going to miss him?
We always miss him.
You going to be alright? Right, before we go anywhere, on Tuesday was it? Yeah, Tuesday. Had a fish delivery. Look at this lot. Like, if you want fish, come here. Wellington, Wellington, but not Wellington. It's Taunton Maidenhead Aquatics.
That's it. That's it.
What was you just telling me about these? You've got these here. And
yeah, we've just got some hatchet fish in, so you can see their massive belly with the backwards pointing pectoral fins, so they can sort of skip out of the water out of danger when they need to. So they're really cool.
Matt's just telling me I can't really have them in my tanks though, because even with what I do, like 1.5 inches, 2 inches, it's still. They'll still jump out of that, yeah?
They'll clear that quite happily. Yeah, yeah. Definitely would need a top.
Oh, remember he pointed me out these up here. Look at these.
Yeah, they are stunning. Those males.
What are they called again?
So they're a dwarf flag acara.
Okay. So like a mini blue acara.
Yeah, sort of. Very closely related.
I love them. I want them. I'm having them.
Yeah, they're nice. Maximum size of 8 centimeters, so you know, not too big, nothing too aggressive. Yeah, really nice little fish.
Which the male? That's got to be a male.
Yeah, that'll be a boy at the front there. Yeah.
Female. Or even that's a boy as well.
Yeah, it might be a subdominant boy. This one here that's giving him grief, that's really dark, could possibly be his female, because those two look like they're pairing off a little bit. You can see
yeah, they're dividing
sitting
up
in the water. Look.
Yeah.
So,
sweet.
Yeah, it could be them.
There's just so many though. Yeah, and what did you tell me down here as well about these?
Yes, we got some wild rummy noses in. So there's 3 different species of rummy nose. These guys have slightly less red in the face, but have a really black and white striped tail, which is amazing. But then when you look at these ones, hang on, are you liking them?
It's not just that, it's all the
otters.
All the otters.
Oh yeah, they were new in as well.
Because they're so still, I'm not seeing them. And then to be fair, up here as well,
yeah,
you've got so many in.
Yeah, it's the easiest way, because then we can give them loads of food, make sure they're all acclimatised at the same time.
And this one as well.
Yeah, yeah. We generally get 4 tanks of them in at a time to make it easy on ourselves. So
sweet.
Loads of food, loads of cramming in the goodness, and we're good.
What was you saying over here?
Oh yeah, you've got the standard rummy noses. So this is a different species. You can see how the red in the head is brighter, but that black and white tail fin is not as prominent. So it's quite cool.
I didn't know there was multiple. I just thought.
Yeah, 3 different species.
Quick. Okay, cool. Should we go have a look at my studio now? It's been a year and a half of knowing you, and you've still never been. So, right, let's go. No, wait, Matt. Right, you must stay there. I will only allow you this far.
I've got to put my special clothes on to come in.
He just said, shall I get changed? Changed into what?
I bought special clothes and everything, but that's fine, I'll leave.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
What?
Do I need to put on my jacket?
Have you got anything with MD on it?
No.
Well, no, I don't care then.
I've got something better.
What? Is it a fish jacket? Yes.
You've got to dress up if you're coming somewhere special, haven't you? Look at that, see?
I should have put the light on. Hang on, let me put the light on.
Will you get a better effect with it?
Yeah, we just want... Oh yes, the colours. At the moment, Matt is just on the stairs because I'm not letting him in.
I'm not allowed in. I've got my jacket on there.
Yeah, you're keeping that. Right. Hang on, 2 seconds.
So I can present like a news round TV show from...
A big desk?
Yeah, a big desk to sit behind.
Okay,
with this jacket.
I am ready for you.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
So it's been 1.5 years of you knowing I have this.
Yeah.
And never actually coming in. Come on in, Matt.
I'm
Take
excited.
a look. Let me go ahead of you.
Oh, I'm going to put that back there, look.
Come into the studio.
Oh.
So, does it... You'll know this instead of me. Does it look like it looks like on screen?
It's bigger.
Is it bigger?
Yeah, it's bigger. Much bigger.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
It looks like huge and like... I don't think you get the feel of how many, like, how much there is, how many tanks there are. No, you definitely don't get the feel, or I don't anyway.
I suppose it's because I'm always sort of in on one tank, for
Yeah.
instance, that I'm in front of.
Yeah, no,
I've tidied everything up as well. It's not normally as neat as this.
You did say you'd tidied it up for me, so...
Well, the thing is, because it's like a production, like no matter what I'm doing, if I'm always doing a tank, so there's normally crap every... Can I say crap?
Yeah.
I think I'll be alright with crap.
Yeah, I think that's alright, yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, maybe not that.
Wait, where should we start?
Where'd you want
What are you drawn to first in this whole studio?
That moss.
This
That moss. That whole moss.
Okay, do you remember these? This is the rainbow fish tank.
Yeah.
That we. Sorry if I sound a bit funny, guys. I've got a blocked up nose, but I've just sprayed something that will hopefully clear it. So I should sound better as we progress. Yeah. So this is the rainbow fish. Remember, I got the Bozeman or Bosemani. There's the male. There's some females as well. And then we've got, is it the sunburst?
Yeah, we've got the sunset dwarf rainbows.
That's it, sunset.
Yeah, and then we've got the
neon
dwarf rainbows. Yeah, nice.
Now, there was a lot more room in this tank for them.
Yes.
But that moss has gone crazy.
It looks amazing.
It does look
Check
good.
that out.
It does look good. But the thing is, I'm going to have to redo it soon because the fish are getting bigger. I need more content. No. I mean, the main thing is I love doing tanks, don't I? And I shouldn't have let the moss get this bad. It's not bad. That's the wrong word. You know.
Yeah.
It looks great, but it's just that is quadruple the size of the stick that's under it. Now, most of it underneath will be dead, which means if I just trim it back now, it's going to be like brown, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll look fairly hideous for a few weeks. It'll come back, but yeah,
exactly.
It's going to look a bit bad for a little while. But I'm sure they can forgive you for that.
The fish are good though, don't they?
Yeah, they look
at
amazing.
That male. He's looking good, isn't he? I did give it a massive trim back at the back because it was all looping over.
Yeah.
We've got half decent flow. Just got that little internal filter going on.
Yes.
I am a fan of canisters. People think I'm not, but I am. But like, I just like these little filters. Canisters work really well. I mean, this one here, which is obviously the African river sort of style.
Yeah.
We've got the Congo Tetras, but this one's got 2 canister filters. So it just goes to show like both sort of methods work. I have to stay low, otherwise it gets dark. There we go.
Yeah, and all the little crebensis in there. They look amazing.
Yes, there's all the baby crebensis. Well, they're not babies anymore, I suppose,
no,
are
they're
they?
really not. No, they're
There's
really
Daddy.
not. Oh yeah, he's coming out.
But yeah, again, this another one. Like, I'm never using crystal water. No, what's the other name of that stuff?
Are you talking about the plant?
The plant, yeah. Rickia, yeah. Which I'm never using it again, Matt, because it just takes over.
It's better as a floating plant, I find.
Well, yeah, but then I find that if you put it in as a floating plant, it finds its way down and clings to stuff.
Yeah, and then it will start growing on something.
Yeah, I mean, this is taken over here, but it is all super healthy, isn't it? So it's not like it's a problem.
That's it, and it looks lovely. It looks amazing.
Do you like that?
I think that's like the wood showing through. Yeah, because you can't see much of the wood on that. So you got more hardscape in that one. So
yeah, that's that. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember. I picked this up a long time ago. One massive big bit of bogwood from you.
That really chunky piece.
Yeah, and so there's only 2 pieces in there, but it looks like it's built up from a lot more.
Yeah,
but it's not.
It's nice once you start getting the plants growing in. It divides the hardscape up, which is what you sort of just breaks it up a little bit.
But I definitely need to start filling it out. Would you say? Because
it
looks good, but
the good thing is it will provide. They'll spawn, like a lot of the tetras would spawn in that sort of environment. So,
do they really?
Yeah. So they'll use plants like that and dense coverage to sort of trying to spawn in. So it's possibly where they would spawn eventually. And you've got a nice mixture of males and females on the Congos now. So
yeah. See, do you remember the males were much smaller?
Yeah. They've actually caught up, haven't they?
Exactly.
And those extensions on those fins are amazing.
Sweet, look at that one. Yeah, that's the dominant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or maybe that one as well. A couple of them there, isn't there? There's a couple.
Both of them have got quite that gold stripe coming up over the top. So
looking good. Sweet. And the latest setup.
Yeah. No,
not the very latest. There's another one I want to show you in a minute. The other studio, which was your idea. But this is the Angelfish one.
Yeah. Is this jacket too loud for your camera, or is it all right?
No, it's picking it up really nicely. Yeah, so the Rummy nose, look, they're just schooled in as you'd expect. Looking so good, aren't they?
They look great, don't they? Look at them buzzing up and down.
That's what I love. And that's my favourite thing in aquascaping is a big school of small fish.
And I think the Rummy noses are best at it.
Yeah, they just
I don't know why, Cardinals get brave. Cardinals go, yeah, I'm all right. And
You're
they'll
right.
spread
Yeah,
out.
yeah. They were schooling like the Rummies to start with, actually with the Rummies.
Yeah.
And now they're like, there's no threats here.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals are clever as well. Look at that. Eh?
So cool.
And the Angels are getting used to me. There's more Angels than that. There's a couple tucked in at the back, and there's one down the bottom as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
there's
yeah.
one down on this left-hand side as well.
But they're getting there. What is this, Matt? The old double fin.
Oh, it's possibly just where he's had a fight with someone, to be fair.
I quite like it.
Yeah.
Like, it makes him different.
Yeah, because obviously in between each fin ray, in between the sort of bony bits that you can see, it's just skin. So if that splits,
Right.
it just opens up. So it might heal up and then obviously rejoin and close back up, but he might have that for the rest of his life. But yeah, it's nothing to worry about.
No, good. But yeah, the tank's progressing well. It's getting there. There's a little bit of algae we can see down on that. But overall, it's finding a really good balance now.
Yeah, it's looking good. It's all grown in on those back corners.
I've actually
Really
trimmed
fine.
that.
Have you?
Oh, it was
wow.
looping. It was completely looping, which I loved. But you have to trim it back, otherwise, before you know it, it's my tank, and I haven't trimmed it, and then you can't see any of the fish because there's too many plants.
Yeah, it gets a bit much after a while, doesn't it?
Oh, the monstera at the back there.
Yeah.
If you have a look,
Oh,
you
wow,
see,
yeah, he's got a taproot in there.
So that root's going in, and if you
Yeah,
look
look at
underneath,
that.
yeah, see, it's all those little whitish, the roots, they're all new since I put that in there.
Wow,
and they're
yeah.
all sort of just. I suppose they're helping with water quality as well, aren't they?
Yeah, well, yeah, they'll be pulling out any nutrients and anything like that. So, yeah, they'll be keeping it clean. Very much like a vegetable filter, really.
Right. Oh, okay. And that makes sense as to why it's now growing quicker than ever. Like this leaf here is actually pretty darn new. It's just shot across there in no time.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
suppose
it'll be pulling out all sorts of nutrients.
it makes sense as well. When I test the water in here, it's really, really good quality. Which is why I'm sure that this algae on... That's the only real algae there that is on that little bit of moss.
Yeah, there's
you know what moss is like for harbouring crud.
Yeah, that's it, isn't
It
it?
needs to trim up, and then that moss, that algae will be gone.
Detritus trap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it looks amazing. A Java's lovely as well. I never get the name right, but the Windelov, the broken edged.
Got like fingers at the end.
They're so cool.
This one.
That one, yeah, that one.
Okay, yeah. This was
It's too much.
this is like a freshwater wreath that I set up style.
Yes,
you
I
know?
remember that one. Yeah.
It's doing really well. Look at this. It's got like this is Rotala green, and
yeah.
it's actually sending it across, and that each node will send up new plants.
That's amazing, isn't it? Running on like a runner.
Yeah, like a proper aquascape. I would get rid of that,
No, that's
but
cool,
I won't.
though.
I just leave it. I'm just leaving it to do its thing. That's what I like about it. So
Yeah, I like that.
it looks like the Corys have messed up the soil bag that was
yeah.
covered up, but that's all right. They can do what they want. It's their tank.
They're fine with that. They're happy.
And then behind the this is all on wheels.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm trapping you in.
I'm gonna get that way.
So here's Timmy's tank.
Yay.
It's quite gloomy. Let me put the light on. There we go. I turn it off because it goes a bit funny, but like yeah. So here's Timmy. He's doing absolutely fantastic.
What a legend.
But I keep the tank quite sort of like, I don't know, like boggy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's where they're from. It's not like big brightly lit
No.
tanks, but it looks good. It looks authentic, I feel.
It does.
Like.
It really looks like the side of a riverbank.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Some of the plants sort of didn't do great. Some of them did. I just let it do its own thing. I don't really worry about it too much. But Timmy is just as good as ever. He's
Yeah, he is looking good, isn't he?
see, that's algae just on his butt. But you can see where he's growing because the growth plates. There's no algae on some of the slits on the top.
Yeah.
So you can see that's where he's getting good growth. He's still a tiny little thing, bless him, but I think he's always just going to be a small turtle. I mean, when I picked him, he was the smallest one there.
Oh, bless him, yeah.
That's why I wanted him. I've got a thing for like the runt of the litter. With my cat before, I picked the smallest one as well, and she had cat flu her whole life as a result.
Oh, bless.
But she was fine with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, he is. He's a proper little dude, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's always just going to be small.
Yeah.
So many people have messaged and they're like, I had mine the same time as yours and it's 4 times the size. I'm like, well, you know, he can't, don't bully him.
Yeah.
Don't bully little Timmy. I just changed battery and then that was the shot we started with. Okay, right, over this way then. So this is the rare fish ecosystem.
Oh, yes.
It's, what is it, like 3 months old now, something like that?
Got to be, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's perfect now, I think. This is how I absolutely love it. but obviously plants grow, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I was just
little babies hiding though.
yes. So they've got to be the guppies, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That's quite recent. But I was saying in one recent video as well, the galaxy restorers, or celestial pearl danios, they keep constantly darting into the middle island sections, no matter which side.
Okay.
So I'm guessing they're trying to do some sort of spawning themselves.
Yeah, they do. I've spawned them before, to be fair, and they were just in a planted tank like this, and they just got on with it. They were great. And then they just had a few babies popping out. And they would hide in amongst a floating plant in my tank, so you'd have all the little fry sitting in amongst the floating plant. So yeah,
do I need to do anything then to allow that? Or
I wouldn't have thought so. With the density of planting in here,
yeah,
there's so many spaces for the babies to hide. Yeah, and I wouldn't have thought you'd need to worry too much.
Because, I mean, the fact that the guppy fry, they're fine, yeah,
and they're swimming in mid-water.
Yes, they've been there a couple of weeks at least at that point, haven't they?
They're not bothered.
But I'm picking them up. I'm not sure I'm picking them. There we go. There's one right in the middle of the screen there. It's hard to pick it up. But so I'm thinking if they can survive, then surely the CPDs can potentially survive as well.
I would expect so, yeah.
I doubt they'd be as brave as the guppy fry as well. They'd stay hidden for a while, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would stay hidden for a while until they got a little bit bigger. So yeah, I would say you wouldn't see them for a fair few weeks. And I expect them to be smaller than the guppy fry as well. Actually.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because
they're not live bearers.
Yeah, they're going to be. I would expect once they hatch, they'll be really not microscopic, but really dinky.
Okay, so there is less chance of survival from them.
Yeah, because you've got obviously when they're egg layers, you've got the egg stage where fish can go and eat them. Then you've got the small fry stage when they've hatched, where other fish can go and eat them. Whereas guppies are free swimming instantly and can go and try and hide and sort of try and find a hole to sort of get into and hide. But whereas, yes, the CPDs can get picked off at many different stages of their life, so they would be harder, but not impossible.
No, true, yeah. I mean, it's so densely planted, isn't it? And
madness.
Down the bottom here as well as in there, they've got every chance, I think.
Yeah, when you look at just these balls of plant, you know, the fish aren't going to be able to get in there and get into every nook and cranny.
No, exactly.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
And there'll be plenty of places in here where, like, detritus and things are built up that they can eat, the babies.
Yeah, there'll be all sorts of different microscopic organisms and things that are small enough for them to eat. So, yeah, there'll be all sorts of food sources in there, hidden amongst the plants and in amongst the rocks.
So we've got every chance.
Yeah,
that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool to see. They are one of my favourite fish. I say that quite a lot. I mean, I do love the green restorers as well, but but there's something about them. I don't know why. I find them quite a mysterious fish because they're always quite shy. Like if I go anywhere near, they tend to just clear off. Whereas like guppies are just like, hello. Not even bothered.
Have you got food for us? Yeah, no. The celestial pearls are a little bit more reclusive and a little bit sort of. Yeah, they're just not as used to. Well, I don't know. Not used to the aquarium trade, I suppose you'd say, but. Yeah, they're just a little bit more of a finicky fish. If I was that small, though, living in a really big pond, I'd probably be a little bit scared of everything.
Yeah. Well, aren't we that small, living in that side of pond?
That's getting deep already.
Yeah,
and it's
a deep pond.
Yeah, it's quite early on in the sort of tour, so
we'll wait for that. Right, come next door. We'll come back and look at some of the smaller ones, but I want to show you my newest big one, the Amazon one with the blue AQUARIUMS.
Exciting, yes.
Okay, right, you go first. So this is Studio 1 for people that don't know. A little twirl around for you. I've got the... There we go. Right, and then out through here, we go in this little hallway. So this is just like plant storage. And I've got some of my rice fish there as well.
Oh yeah, they're stunning, aren't they?
Yeah, there's more than that. Some of them hiding.
4 or 5 in there that I can see.
There's some down the back, probably scattering eggs.
There's in the back of the wood there, yeah. Am I allowed?
You're allowed. It's open.
Oh...
So, more tanks.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. So here is the latest sort of big tank.
Look at them.
They're great, aren't they? They're
boys.
Like, they're so like in your face.
They are great. I do love them.
Maybe they remember you, Matt.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, there's that bloke again.
Yeah, it's all in its infancy, this tank, so it's still not. It's not there yet. There's quite a lot of surface scum and things like that. But that'll all clear, obviously. It's just going to take... It normally takes, for me, a good month to a month and a half before I could say the tank's sort of settled in.
Yeah, it takes time to mature, doesn't it? Everything needs time to settle down, so...
You look at him, big boy. Is he a boy, yeah?
Yeah.
For sure. Which one's the female, then? Because is there 2 females and 1 male?
If I was putting money on it, personally, I'd probably say these two are boys and that's the girl.
Okay.
Just because of fin shape. Obviously, because they're a bit more of a tank-bred species, the way to tell the sexes it's a little bit trickier now. As with anything, as when you get different colour morphs, it's like, you know, a normal ram is really easy to tell the differences in male and female. But as soon as you start looking at the electric blues and the golds and everything like that, it gets harder and harder to tell most of the time. There are a few sort of, ones that you can still. But yeah, I would say, if I was going to say, it would be two boys and a girl, I think.
They're watching your hand. Do that with your hands again as you're talking. Look.
Oh, God, yeah, look. It's like having underwater dogs.
Put your finger in.
Oh, look.
Oink. See, it's fine in this tank, as you can see, but obviously they were in this tank next to, this was their original tank, yeah? And I did have lots of stuff on the surface, so I'd be like doing something and trying to clean something out and forget that they were actually in there. They'd do that bite and I'd just be, I'd just jump out my skin because I completely forget.
It does, it freaks you out, doesn't it? They catch you.
They don't hurt, but it's like, it's quite powerful.
Yeah, you're not expecting it.
No, exactly.
Yeah, you're really not expecting it.
Especially him, you just know. Look at him.
He's a beauty, isn't he?
He's like a model specimen, isn't he?
Oh yeah, like the coloration on his sides and that orange to his dorsal fin. Yeah, he's amazing.
He's got it everywhere as well, isn't he? All the way back. Do they have it so they don't even have the dark head, or it's not that I'm complaining?
Oh, what, like the sort of on his forehead?
Yeah,
I've not seen it. No, I would expect that. To get that amount of colour in, it probably does exist somewhere, possibly, and obviously it's just selective breeding, so they can probably do it. But
you're gorgeous anyway. Aren't
you?
He's
lush.
Well, what else have we got? Okay, right. So I have just finished this setup here, which has got some rice fish in. Now, this was Matt's idea. I messaged you, Matt, asking. I was saying I really want to do the rice fish.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know what sort of a natural setup was. We picked out these pond plants because it represented the rice paddy fields. Yeah. What do you think? Do you like it?
It looks amazing.
It does, doesn't it? When you come down.
Really like that.
It's a completely different look from other tanks, isn't it? It's a lot more natural.
Yeah.
I think, anyway.
I think that is cool.
It's real. It just looks real. Except for the fact that there's glass all around it.
Yeah. It's a little slice of a rice paddy.
They seem, so, like literally just before I come pick you up today, I put them in to finish the video.
Yeah.
They already seem so at home.
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
really
they know.
not bothered. They're really out and about and all over the place, aren't they? And they're really nice as well. I like that they sort of almost match the tone of the sand.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
I mean, like we said, they are tiddlers at the moment.
Yeah,
they're going to get about 4 times the size of that. Look at this guy.
Earning his keep.
Dinner. Oh yeah, because that is the dirtiest part of the tank as well. So nice one. Yeah, just a simple little internal filter. Yeah. Obviously, those plants are going to be doing a lot of filtration work. Not just yet, because I've just put them in, but they are going to be. I'm going to be squeezing. I didn't want to do it before you came, but I'm going to be squeezing one of my other filters. I'll just take the sponge. It will get dirty, which actually will make it look realistic.
Yes. Yeah.
But I didn't want to do it now because obviously you'll be like, "Oh, look, Matt, your idea looks like dirt."
Yeah, that is cool. I love the plants coming out the back. That looks wicked.
I think this is a sort of one you could potentially do in store as well. Shall I tell you why? The cost of setting that up is so cheap. Yeah. You know, because you can get rocks wherever you want to get rocks, but you guys have got loads to choose from that aren't even crazy deer anyway, haven't you? Like, your standard river style rocks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they're really not expensive, especially what have you got? Half a dozen?
Five there.
There we go.
And just basic. That's just basic cheap sand.
Yeah.
You guys have got plenty of that. A little bit of detail, which you now sell as well, don't you?
Yeah.
You do like little detail packs, and then some pond plants. Total cost, I reckon you're going to spend. Oh, that's my. It's my ring, my Amazon ring, telling me that someone's at the door. I'll cut that out. Yeah, total cost for this, I reckon you're looking at about 50 quid, not including the tank. Including the tank, 150 quid. What's that, $200? Something like that, if that's what you're into.
Yeah, you've got a whole setup there, and a really natural one at that. A real, just like a proper slice of nature. It's great.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I think I want to do more sort of biotopy stuff. The problem is on YouTube, the word biotope is not very buzzy.
Yes.
So I tend to go for realistic or naturalistic, but that's what... And the thing is as well, if you say biotope, the comment section, there isn't those rocks in that part of the world where they're from.
Yeah, we have that, That's the problem with the word biotope, it's...
The connotations that come with it that you're going to be perfect. Yeah, well, you're not.
No, you're not going to be able to find, you know, at the end of the day, like... rice paddy plants, you're not going to be able to really easily source them in the UK.
No.
Are you going to be able to grow them in an aquarium? Whereas we know this works. We know that it works. It gives the look and the feel that you want. So yeah, it's ideal really.
I think so.
There's got to be a few sort of give and takes when you look at some of these like nature aquariums.
Yeah, exactly. I've sort of tried to go somewhere in between biotope and aquascape.
Yeah.
You know, I want it to be visually pleasing, because if it was really a biotope, it would just be dirt and brown and nothing else, wouldn't it?
There would be mud.
Yeah.
Which would look cool, and I'm sure the fish would be happy in that, but yeah. No,
but this looks even better, and the fish are still happy, so I think this is a win-win.
Just watching them cruising around and just picking at things and like wandering, like you can see them swimming around the leaves and just picking at different things that is obviously on the leaves.
Yeah.
So, great.
Yeah, those leaves were from another setup, so they've obviously brought in some bacteria, little bits of gunk and stuff for them to chew on, which is cool. Chew? They don't chew, do they? Peck? I don't really know.
Chew? Yeah, about something. They eat.
Yeah, so this section over here, Matt, next to that is my sort of shrimp setups. This is the shrimp forest.
Yeah.
Forest? I don't know what the forest is. Le shrimp forest. It's exotic. It just makes it more exotic. You should be seeing some. I mean, there we go.
You've got Rillies up here, and there's a yellow down in the back there. He looks great. That coloration's amazing.
So this is set up for quite a while now, and I'm seeing actually a little bit of deficiency in some of the hydroculture Japan there. It probably means I need to put some root tabs in, some API ones. I'll probably do that like when you're not here.
Yeah, a bit more food in there.
Yeah, it's going to be pulling lots of nutrients out. There's so much plant life. I just leave this one. I quite like it. It's just like a cool little one to leave. And what I do is, if I do a new setup, this is the tank that I come to get a few mature adults.
Yeah.
If you haven't got any in stock.
Of course.
Which you always do. So
we try.
Always do.
Yeah, we try. Depends if you've been in or not. After you've been in, we don't
have any in stock. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, yeah, you got like little shrimplets up there as well.
Yeah, can you see them?
Yeah, well, there's a medium one in the wood there. You can see he's a bit hidden. But yeah, he looks great.
It's dark in there. Yeah, I just went for a mix. And everyone always says, don't they, if you mix them, you'll get browns.
Yeah.
I don't really see that.
No.
Apparently, I heard a theory which might be quite good. I think it was Keeping Fish Simple. He said that what tends to happen is when the generations go out, he thinks that the colours will get picked off more if you keep them with fish, meaning that you're left with more browns, which that would make sense. Logically make sense, doesn't it?
That would make sense. You always find, like, you know, in nature, you always find the gold ones and the bright coloured ones are always the ones first to disappear. That's why you see it in ponds. You know, when you've got goldfish in there, you always, if a predator comes, you always get left with the brown ones. So,
like heron or something.
Yeah, like a heron or an otter or something like that. It's always the darker brown ones that manage to sort of hide in amongst the leaf litter. So yeah, it would make sense that if you've got fish in there, they're going to pick up on that yellow and that red much quicker than they are anything else. So,
quick note, guys. If you're loving Matt and his jacket and his stuff,
I think this is going to be a regular thing now. I think every time you come in, I think I'm going to wear this.
Just keep it hooked up on a peg.
Yeah, ready.
But if you're loving Matt, then you can find Matt on Instagram. I'll put his tag thing up here. Very active on there. You're going to be doing YouTube. Yeah, which way? I never know. It'll be that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Hang on, I'll make a space for it. It will be here. No, that's too late. I've already said. Anyway, and you're going to be doing YouTube at some point as well, aren't you? You're going to be doing like product reviews and stuff. Matt's got products all around him, and I was like, why don't you just do unbiased reviews?
Yeah.
Like not part of his company, as personal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. Is just there's so many products and so many tanks and so much stuff that I can show you guys and show how it all works and how.
And you can give honest feedback, can't you? Because you are honest and like.
Yeah, I've got no affiliations.
How could you not trust this man? Eh?
Matt, the man about town.
Oh, brilliant. Oh yeah, sorry. Back to the tanks. So this was the forest style one. I wanted to do like a sort of chaotic look, and then this one wanted to be more of a sort of controlled playground. But yet again, I've done that thing where I didn't trim the moss, which I think looks so good. Look how good it looks.
That's the problem. Moss looks great when it's that bushy sort of overgrown look. It just looks so good.
Yeah, it does. It does. I've got quite a few darker sort of shrimp in here. You can see him. Look at the size of that one. Look at that.
He's amazing, isn't he?
Or she? Surely that's not a male that big.
I don't know.
It could be, I guess, couldn't
I
it?
don't know.
Is the bottom...
Yeah, the skirt doesn't come down very far on the side. I can't remember what it's called. Side plates. It's armour plating on the side.
I see what you mean.
On a female, it comes further down
of
to
course.
protect the eggs. So, but yeah, it might be.
I'm never going to argue with you on anything related to fish or shrimp or anything like that.
You can.
No, I will
It's
never.
good to
Never.
discuss.
No, we'll discuss, but I won't argue.
Yeah,
And then at the top, it was just one that I did as well that was substrateless, but interestingly, it's the only one out of all of them that I've never seen any shrimplets in, and it's got
okay.
the carbon release.
Yeah.
But I've never seen any babies. Maybe I didn't get any male and female mix, but I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
I think you went to a good shop to get them, didn't you? So
Yes,
I'd
I
have thought
did.
you would have got males and females.
I definitely did get males and females. I just think that something like people say that you shouldn't be keeping Neocaridina. No, shut up.
Well, on that bit of rock there, look, right at the front. Little one.
Hang on. Oh my goodness. Matt is right. I don't think I'm going to pick it up with this.
It's really hard to pick him up. He's quite sort of grey or black in colour, isn't he?
See, I stopped looking for them because I was like, they're never going to be any, and then you've walked straight in here and gone, there it is.
As soon as you said it, to be honest, I was like, no, there's got to be one in there somewhere. And that was my thing. That was why I was looking for Celestial Prodanios in the other tank. I was like, there's got to be a baby.
Oh,
there
if you had
somewhere.
seen something there, that'd be great. Oh,
But
I'm
yeah.
so pleased though. That's
Yeah,
good.
he's he's a few weeks old as well.
Yeah,
he's
for
not
sure.
like a proper shrimplet. So
No.
yeah,
I hope you'll get
nice.
some more. I mean, still though, that is a low success rate. That's been set up for a long time.
Yeah, it's probably the food source. To be fair, with a substrate, there's just more
Yes.
biofilm. There's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
surface area for them to feed off of.
Yeah,
so
you're right because
it's-
they're turning it over, aren't they? And
Yeah.
it's just that means turning it over.
yeah, just like that.
And then next to it over here, this was my Corione tank,
Oh yeah,
but right now it's the retirement tank.
retirement
So we've got
village.
sparkling gourami there, look. We've got killifish. I'm not entirely sure what type that is. Do you know, Matt?
On a female like that, it's probably no. I'd be taking a proper stab in the dark. But there's a few different species that have that striation on them.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect you to know. There's so many different killifish, isn't there?
The problem is the females look so similar. So like when we order in killifish, we've got to keep them so separate from each other because some of the females can look identical, and sometimes it's area locations as well. So you'll get the same species but from 2 or 3 different locations. So
Right.
they do look similar other than a bit of coloration or something like that. So yeah, it's so tricky. I'm not very up on killifish, to be honest. It's
Yeah,
not.
because you guys don't really have them either that much because
No, we
they don't
don't
tend to
really
sell
have-
too well, do they?
No, they're one of those fish. They have a bit of a weird stigma attached to them that like people are like, oh, they don't last very long though.
Oh
But
right, I see.
They
Because
do.
some of them are annual.
Yeah, some of them are annual, but then again, it's one of those things that they dry up in the wild.
What?
So the little puddles can dry up in the wild. So
Oh.
yeah, so in an aquarium, I have seen some annuals last for quite a while, to be honest.
Oh, I see. They're annuals because their environment stops.
Yeah,
but in an aquarium, that won't
exactly.
necessarily.
That can be sometimes the thing. So, but yeah, they're just not very popular in the aquarium trade yet. But I think they will. I think they'll gain popularity.
Because the colours are in male colour. The
Oh,
same,
they're stunning.
same with a better, really, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
What is with these? Look at these little embers just staying still perfectly in the middle. We love this section. We're not leaving.
Don't move. They won't see us.
But yeah, we got some nice coins. I've got my rams in here as well because the rams were over in where we've just done the new setup for the rice fish. So there's a gold one there. There's a normal one as well. Oh look, there's a really nice killifish at the top as well. You might know that. I think that's a gardenia.
Gardener, yes. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd expect so.
nice one. Yeah. So what else
cool.
we got? What else we got? Oh, over here was the golden tiger barb tank, which I've forgotten to clean the front glass of.
Golden tiger barb tank? You got tiger barbs in here?
Did I say? No, golden
Dwarf barb.
dwarf garb. Yeah, golden
Dwarf golden barb.
dwarf
The jacket's putting him off.
dwarf golden barbs. That's it. Yeah, there
That's
you go.
them.
So you can see them all at the top there.
Yeah, they're great.
They're doing great. This whole tank is just done. Oh, someone's at the door. This whole. We'll try again. This whole tank is just doing great. From day one, it's done great. I've done barely any water changes. Water testing come back perfectly all the time. Even the shrimp down the bottom here, you can see, are doing good. So this is like a more of your traditional. I don't know. I'd say low-tech aquascaped style. What am I trying to say? Nature aquarium.
Yeah.
Like a low-tech nature aquarium. That's what I would sort of class this one
Yeah.
as. Because let's face it, if you haven't got all the top kit, you're not going to make what like Green Aqua or even George Farmer and stuff does. It just doesn't look the same, but you can get it to look like my tanks without it costing you an absolute fortune.
And without taking hours to preen and to chop and to
yeah, exactly. Back. Yeah, I haven't done any maintenance on this since I set it up, which is about a month ago. So
and that's what you want.
I mean, not everyone, but most of the starters, you know, you need to start somewhere, don't you? And I think kind of that's what I try and sort of emphasise is these easy setups to begin with.
These were those Shields Lampeyes.
That's right, yeah.
Lampeyes. Yeah, they're just that male starting to get a little bit of blue and yellow.
There's tons of blue on them now.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I don't know if I'm focusing on them. All I know is my camera is overheating. We've been filming for so long. 4K, that's what we'll do, 4K. Right, so this tank here, Matt, is still in its infancy. There's nothing in this one, that's where the blue cars were. Yeah, it's still in its infancy, so I'm still doing daily water changes of about 50%.
Yeah.
Just while everything gets sort of tidy. It'd probably be fine now, to be honest, but I still like to do it for like a week or so anyway, just to make sure.
Yeah, it's better to do it and not need it.
So yeah, I've got my hose. It just goes over like that. Clamp it in, and then it's just all attached to the power, it's external filter that's on a smart plug, and then I can just go. We're sucking. Oh, I better turn off the filter.
That is smart.
It's a smart plug, you know. So it's got like a thing to protect, to make sure no fish can actually get sucked up by it.
Like an external filter grill, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And then it's got a non-return valve, which means when I take it out of the water, the whole pipe, it stays primed.
Nice.
You haven't got your jacket on.
Sorry.
No, it's fine, it's too hot.
It was really warm.
So, like, yeah, I should explain to everyone, you won't see any heaters in any of my tanks because the whole studio is both from a heated to tropical temperatures. So it's kind of like a greenhouse in here at all times. Now, lots of people say, what do I do about, like, condensation, things like that? If you look up the top, look, you can't see any, and that's because the aircon's always on though, so it's always refreshing the air, so it's taking out the moisture as well, which is good.
Yeah, I was impressed that there's no damp anywhere.
I do get the odd bit in that back corner, but I just paint it once every 6 months, so I can deal with that. So yeah, this one, so the water now is currently going all the way across here, round here, and then it goes behind the back of all these tanks into there.
Wow.
Which is a decent, it's like 3,000 litres an hour, something like that. And then it comes over the top, and then it goes in the waste pipe, the down waste where you put, say, I don't know, like a dishwasher, washing machine, something like that. It's gone. So people always ask, oh, don't your sink clog up with sediment? It's like, no, because this blasts it all the time, so we're all good.
You ain't getting any settling out of that. No, definitely not.
Oh, the white balance has gone crazy. So I have auto white balance because, see these lights? They're like, kind of like a yellowy colour.
Yeah.
Which means that everything, like, look, like even your ginger beard has gone maximum ginger zone.
It is maximum ginger, isn't it? That's just how it looks.
But mine does it, and I'm not ginger, am I? I've got some lighter colours. Yeah. Right, the tank's filling up. Anyway, we haven't seen over here yet, so this is another one of my little shrimp areas. This one was I used for the tuxedo, for the fry. Basically, remember? I moved them across to that other tank because I saw how well they were getting along. So, well, there's probably still a couple in there.
Yeah, there's one that's just darted at the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there are still some in there. This was my mountain.
Oh, yeah, and there.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, I probably missed them all. I reckon I missed a ton of them. But this is the mountainscape that I did, and it is doing so well. It started off quite tough, but the shrimp in here are breeding like crazy. Now, I don't know if it's that rock that's making it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Because obviously Neocaradinas, they like a more sort of harder water, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, so you might find that might just be releasing a little bit, enough minerals in there for them. You got another beried female down here.
Oh yes, and look at how blue she is as well. She's like a smurf.
Yes, she is.
There's a lot of snails in this one. I've been feeding it heavily. I always tell people, like, you'll get a lot of snails if you overfeed. But I like snails, so it doesn't bother me.
Snails are a good indicator of your tank. The amount of people that want to kill off all their snails, work with them.
Yeah, exactly.
It tells you how much food and how much excess waste is in your tank. Just replace the snails with shrimp and you're fine.
And stop feeding so much.
Yeah, and stop feeding so much, yeah.
I mean, like, these are, you can see there's like 1 million babies, basically.
Yeah.
Now, what happens, they won't be able to get to adult size, will they? Because there won't be enough food for them. And that's how it all sort of
they'll self-regulate their numbers in the tanks. That's what they always do. So if you just slow down on feeding a little bit, the numbers will dwindle and die off naturally, and then you'll get a good ecosystem, which is what you're always aiming for, really.
And this is really getting there. So look, you can see all the dwarf hairgrass is starting to just merge everywhere as well. And the glossostigma, which is a really hard one to get to work in a low-tech setup. There's no CO2 in this one. Tiny little filter. I love this filter. These filters here, Matt, are from Amazon, and they're those little bio balls.
Oh yeah, in the bottom.
Loads of people said that there's clog up. Now I've never cleaned this, and it runs perfect. I don't know. Maybe they just got dirtier water or more sediment or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's easy to get carried away with food. That's why I always.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. My father-in-law will hate me for saying it, but the amount of times I go in is. And he's got this film of degrading food on the bottom, and a million snails. He's like, "What's going on with my tank?" And I'm like, "You're overfeeding it." "No, I'm not." And then he's like, "I'm like, how many times do you feed it?" "Well, when I walk past."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we've had people come in before, and their water is red with red colour food. Like it looks. You're like, "Oh, have you got some bogwood?" No, just feed them. And it's like, okay, yeah, slow down on that a little bit. Food's a bit much. It's not what you need.
And this was the little cup one I did, suction cups at the side. It's done very well. It needs a trim.
Those orange rillies in there, they were amazing.
They've been breeding. There are babies. I don't know where they are now, but they definitely have, because I could even see the newborns, if you like.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's successful. This one wasn't so successful. I don't know why. I've only got one of the original shrimp in there now.
Oh, okay.
No idea why. It's all set up the same way. I think I just need to get a new batch. I only started with a few.
Yeah. I
think a couple died off to start with, and that just shot the population. But all the rest are working so well. So I think the method shows, as you've just been pointing out, all the babies and whatever. The method's there. It's just you get unlucky sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. You're dealing with animals and livestock, and especially shrimp. Shrimp are still quite tricky to know what's going on with them. They're certainly not as easy as fish.
I want to see the female. There is one female here. She's absolutely gorgeous and massive, but I can't see her right now. Oh, no, hopefully I can overlay something. And action. So, outro part 1. So have you enjoyed it? Is that the right framing? Hang on, that's awful. There we go.
Yeah, don't you need it down low, you said, didn't you?
No down low.
Oh, right, no down low. Okay, I'll remember that when I start mine.
If you're vlogging, like you see this so many times, people vlog like this, and all you can see is under their nose. I'm like, no thank you. Anyway, so I hope you've all enjoyed this video and enjoyed Matt. Matt, have you enjoyed it?
It's been awesome. Yeah. You're not getting rid of me that quickly. Better.
We're going to carry on looking around, but this video is incredibly long. So maybe there'll be some outtakes. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing.
I haven't shown absolutely everything because literally it would be a 3-hour video, wouldn't it? But,
oh yeah, like you could spend hours just sat in front of each tank, to be honest.
I mean, Matt just came. Hang on, Matt just came in then.
Sorry, we'll add 5 minutes to the video.
We'll add 5 minutes. We'll add 5 minutes. Matt just came in then and was like, "Oh look the neons."
Just these guys, look.
This is the neon tank, and then this is the cherry barbs. Can you remember selling me all of these?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's a no.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can.
I've been so many times though.
You're so excited when you come into the shop. How can I forget?
Yeah, this is the cherry barb tank. I should probably show it because this was one that I set up as a real low cost, ecosystem-y style aquascape that anyone could sort of do. And loads of people are like, low cost? That's expensive tank. It's relative, isn't it, guys? You know, compared to like a really. Anyway, this is supposed to be an outro. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for having me. Oh,
do you want a hug?
I don't know what we're doing.
Hug it up.
See you later.